Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this monthly meeting. It's summer now, so I hope I'm very glad you took time to come instead of going to the beach or enjoying this sunny weather. So I think it's not useful today to tell you what is UI Suite because I don't think we have new people. Nicolas, it's not the first time. Is it?
No, it's not my first time now.
So let's continue. We will talk about the same subject, and we have a nice stuff to share with you this month. So UI icons, we haven't started yet, but we did some intellectual progress during the Vienna week. So we may start in September. I will share more information about what we want to do in the ticket, of course, and during the next meeting. This Drupal Core project, we want to be ready for Drupal 10.2, which we release in 5 months. It's not really pending because Michael has started to do some icons, but we have time. It's not so much work. So if we do it during the fall, it will be nice. UI pattern. So what happens? We released 2 releases, 1.6 and 1.7. It's the same release. We made a mistake during the merge of 1.6. It's because of me. And so we released the 1.7 just after to fix the mistake. So there is a little improvement, like printing tags into the UI pattern library for documentation and supporting UI pattern settings in UI pattern library. So now when you have your list of component, inside each component, you will have both the fields, so the slot, and the settings, the props. Everybody was doing that already, but now it's natively into UI pattern. We are using allowing use attribute for variant. This is very useful when UI pattern implementation usage is taking the template for another code base. Sometimes some projects, they don't store the template inside the Drupal theme, but they store them in other repository. So this attribute is, this property, sorry, is relevant. Let's have a look on unclass asset attributes. So it's 2 new filters, and they are very useful when some renderables into slot need to have some attribute and class related to the parent component. This example is from Bootstrap 5. On Bootstrap 5, you can put an image of a card on the top or on the bottom of the card, but the position is not enough. Bootstrap also needs a specific class. So before we were doing some pre-processes, but today we can only use this filter and add the expected class card AMG top or card AMG bottom to the image. And it works too with subcomponents. For example, if you add some button component into the links slot, you can add the expected class to the buttons. So those 2 little filters for us is huge. It's huge because we are introducing a new concept, the slot filters. Until last month, every tweak filters available on Drupal and Twig were only applicable to props, to settings, because they were expecting specific data type. For example, the filter apps for absolute value works only with numeric value. The filter capitalize works only with string value. So what we were considering, it's filters is only for props, never for slots. But now we have the two first slot filters. And they are for slot because they are safe. They always work properly. They don't care about the type of the data you are injecting to them. And if the data doesn't fit, for example, if you apply them to Boolean, they fall back nicely. That means they return the printable version of the Boolean. So maybe you know, Drupal 10.1 has also a class asset attribute. Why we don't use those filters? Why did we introduce our own filters? Alors first, the UI pattern filters are fully compatible with Drupal. You can use one for each other. We are not doing our own stuff. We are not forking stuff from core. But the high-class asset attribute we are delivering with UI pattern are better for component library because they loop on list of renderable. For example, I go back, add class here. If you put two buttons, the two buttons will have the card link. With a Drupal core filter, no button, we got the card link. And first, they are safe. On the Drupal core 1, if you apply the filter to something with not a render array, it may break. So we are using those filters on many implementation right now, and we are very happy. Don't hesitate to ask questions if you want to, if you have some. So about the library improvement. There is one with a very easy task from the backlog. And if someone wants to start contributing to UI pattern with something easy and straightforward, this will be the best candidate. A subcomponent, it's only a new property we put on component to tell this component as a parent. For example, a card body component only work in a card. A carousel item or accordion slice only work in accordion. So we add this parent property, and then we do nothing during rendering, we do nothing during processing, we just put the subcomponent into the library page of the parent component. So it's safe, it's simple, and it's a good way to start. If you know someone who wants to join us, or if you want to do your first UI pattern contribution, don't hesitate to contact me. Also, there is this subject, make the Twig loop safer. We got some progress because we did a pull request on Twig, and the pull request was already reviewed, and we are now at the second try of the pull request. And the pipeline is okay. We have two blocking issue, but it's not related to the code base we touched. It's related to some other part of the code base. So I hope we will make progress. So the idea is to introduce sequence and mapping test. And to do something like that, if you will loop, if you are expecting to loop on a collection of renderable, and the seed builder or the developer is sending only one renderable, you can wrap your renderable into a list instead of breaking your loop. UI pattern 2. We will start soon. We are very excited. We are building a team. So with Christian, Edouard, and team. Now we start only with Christian and team, but we hope Edouard will join us soon. And we are already splitting the task and thinking about the organization. It's very early. Of course, everything will be public. Everything will be on Drupal issue. But today we are just doing chit chat, and we want to prepare the work before putting everything on the issue and tracking on the issue. Someone want to join us? We are very welcoming, and it will be a lot of fun. Inès, Nicolas, you want to jump into the big adventure?
I would like to, yes, but well, maybe we can talk about it in private later, but where should we start?
Yes, that's a good point. And for now, I'm talking only with Christian and team to define and organize the work. And then when we will have the big picture, we will do the ticket, and we will start the normal process of Drupal development. But if you want to join us even for this first phase, let's talk. Yeah, I can call you. It will be nice.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Let's talk about ecosystem. We got 3 releases this meeting. Page designer with only 1 fix, component blocks with some fixes, and UI pattern settings with some fixes and a new feature for numbers. But for UI pattern settings, it's an alpha. I just share it because I know support min and max value for numbers was something expected by some projects. So it's a small month, but it's also a summer month. But you see, the community is still releasing a version of the module. So in pattern settings menu, we did some progress this month, late June, early July. So we will keep in touch, and I hope we can share more information at the next meeting. Someone want to add something about UI pattern as the ecosystem? Okay, we go to UI style. So UI style, there is a lot of things going on. First, we are reorganizing our code base to target plugins instead of config entity. So now, for example, we are targeting blog plugin and layout plugin. That means we will able to use UI style not only in layout builder, but also everywhere the blocks are used, and same for layouts. And this opens for us a lot of opportunities. For example, we will be able to apply styles to layout region. So imagine you are putting the like a 3-column region, and you will be able to change the margin of the second region to have a nice effect of offset without doing crazy stuff with your layout plugin. And for UI style, and we will also introduce UI style page to apply the style to page wrapper, page container, and page region. That means you can change, for example, easily the background color of a page or the margin of a body. So I hope we will have a demo next month. Florent, do you think it will be possible or?
I'm currently reviewing the merge request for UI styles block, UI styles page. UI styles layout, it is a work in progress by one of our developer, I think so. For UI styles block, yeah, yesterday I've renamed the module. I only need to update the tests and it will be done. And then I will go to UI styles page. The splitting and reorganization to deprecate UI styles layout builder is currently not in the perimeter.
Okay.
We will see that later. Yeah.
So maybe we can keep during one or two release some duplicate, and then we will think about merging later. I guess what happened with UI pattern 1.6 is forcing us to be very careful.
Yeah, because currently I'm more busy maintaining stuff, and maybe it is in your next slides. Maintaining stuff, having stuff working with the latest Drupal core releases, and adding features than reorganization later. Reorganization will be for later.
It's not on my next slide. I'm not talking about Seca editor.
Okay.
It's yeah. I think everything around Drupal 10.1 deserve a specific slide, but I didn't do it.
Okay. So yeah, if you have not any slide about UI style Seca editor 5. So yeah, for the record yesterday, I have been able to make it working again with Drupal 10.1.1. I'm waiting to merge it because maybe before I would like to merge UI styles block, UI styles page, etc. Because and also this is something I want to discuss. Maybe if you want, we can discuss that at the end of our presentation, or we can discuss that now as you want.
No, let's do at the end
Later.
of the presentation.
Okay.
So only the people interested will stay.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Layout option, nothing new. Layout option, it's a very very stable module. We have only one issue, and it's issue from Drupal Core. So maybe we need to contribute directly to Drupal Core, but it's not priority. UI skins. So we got a new release, and there was a big changes. First, for the seed builder experience, now CSS variable has its own dedicated page on the theme settings, so it's way easier to use. And the second big change, it's we introduced theme. So I don't know if you remember, but when we created this module in December, we say we are targeting 3 features: CSS variables, theme. So theme, you have to understand, it's like branding, dark mode, accessibility mode, this kind of stuff. And page layout. Page layout, it was to store some stuff related to gutters and everything. We did CSS variable very soon, back in January, and we just delivered theme now. So it looks straightforward to declare and to process a theme. Just a theme is just like an ID, and you hide the ID as a class or the data attribute, but it was not. It was not. To do things right, we studied around 30 design systems to see how they manage theme. And we met like 8 different ways of managing a theme. Sometimes it's a meta element, sometimes it's a class, sometimes data attribute, sometimes it's scoped, sometimes it works only on a body element, sometimes only HTML element. It's a mess. It's a mess. And we took a long time to define the definition file. And today we are happy with the result. And so the final looks easy, the final stuff. So you have a new file on your theme, and on your file, you are declaring a theme. So, for example, dark mode. And you can, of course, it's a plugin. So you have a label, you have a description, you can use metadata. But also you can say what is the value you are applying, where, and how. And then the theme builder administrators, they can change the theme from the design system theme. I know it's a mess to use theme for both Drupal and design system, but it's how it works. So Florent, I think it will be easier if you do a demo.
Yes, let me share my screen.
Sure.
So I think you see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Now demonstration with UI Suite Bootstrap. If going into yeah, you can see the organization, the settings, UI Suite Bootstrap theme. Now, as UI Suite Bootstrap is declaring some theme, currently we have two. Currently, we have two themes, the dark and the light. Even if the light is the one by default in Bootstrap 5. Also, Bootstrap allows in its SAS to declare easily new custom themes if needed. By default, there are only two. And now, as there is these themes in the theme settings, you are able to select that. If I select dark, for example, and I go back in front, here you can see there is the dark theme applied. Same for light, but light, it is the default one, so you won't be able to see anything. And yet after that, the next step will be to be able to configure to have a link with the patterns, the components, because previously UI Suite Bootstrap 5 had potentially some classes, some variants to handle dark effect, and now it is only data attributes, if I remember well, in Bootstrap 5. But you can, for example, having globally the dark theme applied or the light theme applied, and specifically for one component, rendering the component in dark mode or light mode. So maybe next step will be to decide how to integrate to put the link between themes and components. And that's it for me.
Thank you.
Maybe can I propose a feature request? Would it be possible, and in the scope of this module, to have like for multilingual site, have a switcher, a block?
We imagine in the first this is not a link to multilingual, but yeah, having a block switcher first, we decided that it will be done later. And if people require it, they can do it, but not by default, because otherwise we will have to how to have a default look, how to have a default switcher. Problem is that, for example, dynamically, depending on the theme, how it behaves, if it is data attributes, if it is a class, if it is targeting body or something else, etc. So we will have to provide JavaScript to handle all these potential behaviors.
I think we don't have to provide JavaScript because I think we need to stick with design systems upstream implementation. And for example, the SFR is providing two things. It's already providing a component for theme switching, and it's already storing the theme selection into a cookie. That means if we implement the SFR theme switcher component and theme dark mode, light mode with UI skin, we have the feature you expect. But some design system, they are not providing this component and they are not providing this local storage as a cookie or directly local storage. So what you expect from us is to add a feature missing from the design system. So it can be done, but I think we need to be very careful to not conflicting with upstream features. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. But we can open a ticket and maybe we can find like a basic universal way of implementing it, and it's up to the front dev to not use it in a conflicting way. We can start to talk about this. So second other feature, you remember 3 features: global CSS variable, theme, and page layout. But the third one, we may not implement it. Instead of implementing it, we are now investigating the combination of page manager and layout builder. And if it works, that means we can be able to use layout builder for page layout, and we can apply UI styles, UI patterns, layout option, and soon UI skin to everything in the page layout. So it's not really in the scope of UI suite. So we will not follow this subject every month for a long time, but I will just share with you an update on the investigation next time. Someone has already tried the page manager module for Drupal 8, 9, 10. I think no. As it was very popular for Drupal 7, but now people are not using it anymore. Okay, so let's keep in touch. But if this module is providing everything we need, we will skip this feature on UI skin, and we will consider UI skin as feature complete for first release. UI example, nothing new. Simple module, straightforward, no complaints, so it's everything is good. About the public implementation, so the theme we are sharing on Drupal.org. Bootstrap 5 got an Alpha 9 release. It was huge. We got compatibility with UI skin, so what Florent showed you, and many features and tags, and a few bug fix. Florent, do you want to share something, or?
No, thanks for the list of the tickets, the issues. Yes, beta to answer the question beta soon. We are mainly waiting for the rework of the drop-down components and the usage of menu settings. Also waiting maybe some I don't remember in the pipe in the roadmap. I have maybe some integrations with modal and autocomplete, spinners, etc. For the modal, it is almost done. And also maybe in terms of seed building, we are challenging some patterns. So maybe we will have to restructure some patterns. It depends what we will found. But yeah, you can see the issue queue of your Bootstrap has been
Shrinking.
Sorry?
Shrinking.
Yeah, a lot. So yeah, almost done, hopefully. So beta soon, yeah, hopefully before the end of the year.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So this work is impressive. Bootstrap 5, it's now the reference implementation, and it's covering so much, and
Yeah.
we can be very proud of this.
Thanks. I'm just wondering why we have a little drop of stitch usage recently, but okay, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will come back next month. Maybe it was a statistic issue. I don't know.
Yeah.
About other public implementation, so we fixed this month 5 on the 7 issue for the beta 4 of DSFR, the French government design system. And we are also officially referenced on the government website. So it's a big win for us. And we have like now 2 or 3 new contributors. So those contributors are very helpful because they create issue, but and they sometimes they fix, but they're more reporting issue. But anyway, we are welcoming any contribution, even if it's only reporting. And the last big stuff to do for beta 4 is to update our pattern and style according to the upstream changelog. And if someone wants to participate, we can do it, the core team. I think it will be very fast to do it, like 2 hours. But I believe it's a good way of jumping into the DSFR wagon, so the door is open. For Material Design 2, the Alpha 4 will be released soon too. There was a lot of little tasks done, so we can release this Alpha. And Olivero, as you know, Tom started the team last month, and he did some progress. I hope we can help him one day and participate. Someone has a question?
Yes, no, not a question, but just wanted to highlight that DSFR is now in version 1.10. So
I see that. No, you are breaking my heart. I know. So maybe if the new contributors are too slow to help on this task, maybe I will take this task and to go to 1.9, and I will open a new ticket for the 1.10 and ask for contribution only for 1.10.
Actually, the changelog is pretty heavy, it seems.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, really, it's a few hours. It's one afternoon of work. So
okay.
I know it's a lot for busy people, but also it's very rewarding. And so if someone want to help, it can be very useful for everybody. On the community side, no progress on being a community initiative.
Actually, for this task, maybe we can review what I written during the UI Suite camp.
Mhm.
And there is I have to watch the full video of the Gabor presentation about community initiative that he presented at Drupal Dev Days.
Okay.
Really interesting stuff, and maybe I can rewrite some stuff right after watching the full video.
I get it. Yeah.
I think
When
we should do.
when I say the progress, I think no publicly shared progress. I know you are working on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have to publish it, or at least for review.
Okay, nice. So let's do it before next monthly. Okay. Yes, we are talking a lot about Vienna. We were in Vienna. It was wonderful. We met a lot of people. We worked on a UI suite. We did also, as you know, 2 talks. One directly related to UI suite with Florent, and one a bit on the side, but with some UI suite subject into by me. But anyway, it was a joy, and we are very excited to go back to Drupal Dev Days next year, and I hope we will see all of you in this event. So this is the end of the meeting. Our Slack channel is still growing, slowly but surely. And someone want to add something?
I can show UI patterns settings release stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
After that, I have 2 subjects to discuss. But go on, Christian. Go on.
So right now, I just implemented 2 new features in UI pattern settings. Wait, I should show you. So the first one, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first one is conditional fields. So you can define fields to appear conditionally on another value or another setting.
Mhm.
Here, for example, layout and gutter is only available when you have 1 column layouts. And if you have 2 columns, they are not visible. And this is done by conditions. And these conditions are actually states from the form API.
Okay, nice. So because today when a variant is not using a setting, we are just ignoring the value of the settings, and you are proposing to improve the builder experience by hiding
the visibility of the,
Okay.
for example, yeah. So you have 2 possibilities. You can say variant like a variant name, or or for example, you can also set setting and let's say so this is right now possible. You can define the settings only visible if another setting has the value XY.
Okay.
So only if, for example, you can choose either variant or settings, and you can add multiple states like the state API from state API. So this is number one, and the other feature, this is already in the left branch, this feature. And the other thing is complex data providers for menus. This is right now implemented, but I'm not sure if it's good enough for right now. If, for example, here we have a linked list complex data, so the setting type is defines only the data type of the complex data. So every provider of this settings type must provide the same data structure. And for this, we right now it's that you have a new complex setting type base class, and you have different settings types. For here, example, linked list setting type, and you have called data providers like this here, a menu data provider, and in the data provider, it's defined for which setting types this data provider is. Yeah, and
So,
here.
sorry. So what would be the experience for the front developer on the YAML?
On the YAML,
Yeah.
he made. It's just this define our
okay, linked list. Okay. So linked
and this
list
is the setting types, and the setting
the
types
same as linked list
Sorry?
is the same as menu. When we talked last month, it was menu, but now it's linked list. Okay.
So it's so he define which data type you want, and then you can select how this data provider is provided.
Okay.
So,
nice. So you change the internals.
Yeah, I changed the internals, and the output is actually the same, but I'm not sure if the UI and so on, maybe someone wants to review it.
I want.
Can you, sorry, Christian, can you show again your the plugin annotation? I think I saw something. So yeah. Can you?
We have,
Well, data stop breadcrumb. Okay, data provider breadcrumb. Okay, so I was intrigued by the settings type because okay, I thought it was linked to some I don't know, a menu, a specific menu or something like that. So no, it is not linked to any specific configuration entity.
No. So you
Okay,
can
perfect.
define here also a configuration UI
Okay.
for only this data provider. For example, here the.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
And then we switch the UI. So, for example, if you select here breadcrumb, you don't have a.
Okay, perfect.
It's very nice. Do you need us to contribute a pager, a mini pager data provider?
If you like, yeah. But maybe we have a short meeting or something where you can just discuss it first. And I'm not sure if the data provider is a very bad word, I think, for.
And I think everything you show from on the internals PHP, I think it looks very nice, and it's the right way, the best way to do. Then, but do we need to expose this architecture to the C builder? Maybe not. Maybe it has to be.
Maybe not, yeah.
hidden.
But how to, yeah.
But I don't have any. I don't have any solution. But maybe it's just the wording.
Yeah, it's just maybe we can also define which provider available for our setting type. And then if you have only one, you don't need this data provider. You just have menu and so on.
Maybe. But let's have a meeting, and I think it can be a short and easy meeting.
Yeah,
because
and maybe we should define the data type in the provider. So what I think is maybe we need another, because right now the link setting type is very simple, but maybe we should define how this data type looks like. So that's, for the template developers should be safe that he becomes the right data structure.
Yeah, but this can work with any data type. For example, we can imagine a data provider for Boolean. Is it something?
Yes, but then we should not use the link setting, because it's important for the theme, the pattern, that the data type is safe. It becomes in this setting.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It doesn't
Yes,
make sense
I know.
to.
I know. But for the front developer, there is no data provider. For the front developer, there is only data structure.
Yeah, yeah.
Data structure is a linked list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I will say linked list on the singular without the S at the end.
Yeah. Linked list. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So this is the most important. The most important is the comfort of the front developer. It needs to be the more comfortable possible. And then you are adding a new mechanism of data provider, and this data provider maybe can be used for any kind of setting type.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's make your implementation simpler. Maybe this way to go. But let's talk about that. Let's have a little meeting this month.
Yep, let's talk about this.
Because we are very excited of having the release of UI pattern setting 2.1, you know. So let's move on.
So that's all.
Thank you a lot, Christian. So Florent?
Yes, I will share my screen. Two subjects. The first one, I think the easiest one was about move libraries links under appearance. So currently libraries, examples, patterns, and styles libraries are under reports, and the goal of the issue was to move it under appearance. So unfortunately, the screenshot here is not very clear, but we can guess that here there is a UI suite entry, then UI all the libraries. If everyone is okay with this new organization, I will merge the different issues, the different merge requests in the different issues. If you have any wording suggestions, feel free to write it in the tickets or to say it now if you are okay.
Okay, I will have some wording suggestion.
Okay, perfect. So go on. No, don't worry. This is no emergency. I will not merge. There is no. It is not urgent. Also, yeah, I have not reviewed the merge request yet, but for example, yeah, for stuff like that or what, yeah, if you have any suggestions, go on. And I'm sorry, I have something ringing at my door. I'm sorry, 2 minutes. Sorry. If you can say anything while I. So I'm sorry. Just something.
No,
someone is ringing. Sorry.
But you can say, we can say hello to Theodore. How are you? Just arrived.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, sorry, I was a bit late.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. It's been a while.
Yes. Actually, you were not there when we talked about hiring new people for UI pattern 2.0. So if you have time to work with us.
Yeah,
so
pretty busy.
so
just trying.
Sorry for the interruption. I'm back. So yeah, I wanted to discuss about especially the management for the Drupal 10.1 compatibility, because we have two issues. These 7 issues, I think, will be done. At least it is in my pipe. Like we mentioned during the meeting, we have block, UI styles block, and UI styles page. Sorry. UI styles layout will be done when developer will be back, but I will have to do those 2. So the one about the library link. Then after that, I think I will have some tests to be able to handle responsive image formatter. But yeah, about the Drupal 10.1 compatibility, I hesitate between a new major branch to raise the compatibility level, or having doing the issues that do not require a requirement increasing, then doing a release, then merging the Drupal 10.1 compatibility. It is as you want about the management of versions. But if I do a new major version, the 8.x 1.x branch will no more be maintained. It will be directly the 2.x 2.0.x.
I don't understand. I don't understand why a major version. You explained to us, but
because currently, for example, Drupal 9 is still maintained a little for still some months, but it is still maintained. And having Drupal 10.1 compatibility issues merged, it will raise the minimum requirement due to CK Editor 5.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. It would be better to keep the switch to 2.0 for a compatibility break about features instead of about small.
Okay, yeah, something like I don't know, deprecating UI styles layout builder or something like that. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Okay, understood. In this case, I will do as much compatible features that do not require Drupal core minimum requirement increasing. Then doing a release, then merging the Drupal 10.1 issues. Okay.
Can we have only 4 months and a half left before the end of Drupal 9.
Okay.
Can we survive 4 months?
But it is Drupal 9 and Drupal 10.0 too. Yes. Because the CK Editor 5 library updates has occurred in Drupal 10.1.
Yeah, okay. And can we? Yeah, but 10.0 we can just skip we can just remove the support of 10.0. We support 9 and 10.1.
No, in this case, after this release, we'll support only 10.1 directly.
Sorry, I have to leave. I have a
meeting. Sure.
No problem. Bye, Christian.
Bye.
So yeah, that's why I wonder if I have to create a new branch.
I don't think we need to create a new branch.
Because I have barely time to maintain that stuff. So I
of course. As me. Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think creating new branch. It's also about communicating. And communicating about UI style 2 is huge. There is a marketing side of branching. Branching it's first a technical subject, and with semantic versioning, it became very, very organized and technical. But branching is also a marketing strategy. And having UI style 2 because of some mess of compatibility with Drupal 10.1 I think we are losing the opportunity of doing something bigger with UI Style 2.
Okay.
But I don't have any solution. I'm just sharing my.
No, it's okay. I will do the issues that do not require 10.1, make a release, then merging, and then Drupal UI styles will be compatible only starting from 10.1, and that's it.
So we remove Drupal 9 and Drupal 10.
.0, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And people still on Drupal 9 and Drupal 10.0 will be able to use this latest release before requirement increasing.
Okay, I think it's the best solution. It's not perfect, of course, but there is no perfect solution. But this is the best,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay. Okay, and waiting for your feedbacks for the links of libraries.
I'm already writing it.
Okay. Okay, good. Thanks. All right. UI style, skins, it is done. Patterns, I'll let you guys do it. UI patterns 2.0. And yeah. Okay. Also, maybe one point about UI should bootstrap and beta release. Maybe when you will investigate in UI icons or about the icon management, maybe it will raise some stuff and breaking stuff. So maybe having the icons handled.
Yeah, you want to do it before the first beta.
Yeah, maybe it gives that way we can still break stuff even if we want to avoid breaking stuff, but in case we need to challenge some structure. Yeah.
So I will try to start in August instead of September.
Yeah, no hurry also, because I will not be able to keep up with you with your investigations. So I will not have the time to give it. Yeah. So maybe we can see that at DrupalCon Lille.
Yeah, DrupalCon Lille, we will already have a lot of things to share on the subject. So it will be nice. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. I have no more things to say. Thanks.
Thank you.
I will stop the recording. So thank you, guys. And next meeting, 12th of September, if that's okay for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you. And Nicolas, I will send you a message soon.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
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 Bye.